Here we go!
You're listening to the video game show on URN.
Hello, it's Saturday. It's 2 o'clock. It's the video game show. You're listening to it. Woo. I'm your host. I'm going to be Key Grip. I'm here with Best Boy Henry.
Thanks, Mark.
And then I'm here with Gaffer Dylan.
Nice. Hi.
And then I've completely run out of ridiculous names from credits.
Sidewinder, Jack Newman.
Boom operator.
Surely technician.
Yeah, that worked. That also worked. Yeah, it's Mark, it's Dylan, it's Henry, it's Jack, it's the OG crew. We're here.
It's the boys.
We want to talk about video games.
We them boys.
Yes, we are.
We are truly the best boys.
We the best.
Okay, well that was silly. Nice one, guys. Yeah, guys, video games. They're the thing.
Yeah.
I've got a run of show here.
I'm not sure they are.
You're not?
I've not seen any proof yet.
No, I'm not a huge
I
fan.
put to you that by 3 o'clock we can make a conclusive choice of whether or not video games are a thing.
Right,
That's
okay.
a bold claim, but I'll let you have a go.
Once more into the breach.
So I've got a shout out that I said I'd give. I traded a shout out for a like on the Facebook page, and I feel absolutely no shame in doing so.
No, that's fair enough.
A friend of mine on my course for his final year project has made something incredible, and it's vaguely related to video games. You know Snake?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I know it very well.
Yes, you do.
So he's made 3-dimensional Snake, and he's built a 5x5x5 LED cube, and you play Snake within a 3-dimensional space.
So it's a physical thingy.
Yeah, it's a physical thing. Hang on, I'll show you a picture, which is great for radio, but
We can put it up.
What does it eat?
it's programmed. So these LEDs,
is it a light?
Yeah, it's these LEDs,
Oh, right.
and it's like
A physical snake.
no, not a physical. That's
Oh,
very
that's
silly.
awesome.
He just made a snake.
That's so cool.
It's honestly, I will post a video on the Facebook page. I'm going to put up the code as well, so you can play an HTML version of it. Because, yeah, shout out to Dimitar.
Well done.
He has made it. So it looks like that. So it's an actual physical thing.
Oh yeah, it's very nice.
It is profound.
And confirmed it's not a real snake.
I love how excited you are by the fact that someone might have made a snake. Not just a cool version of his
Yeah, but like a snake that eats something and then gets longer immediately.
That would be cool.
That'd be sick.
Hey, the snake in Snake does not get longer immediately. You have to go all the way through to the end.
Yeah, he goes right through to his
That's how long it takes.
his rear
I've
end.
studied it extensively these past few days. I am, by the way, URN video game champion of Snake at the moment.
I should say, I was bored on the bus the other day. I decided to start a snake competition on the video game group chat.
That was a bad idea.
Very quickly handed my rear end towards me.
But yeah, I'm gonna put the code up there so people can have a look.
Yeah. That does sound awesome.
It's profound.
I can't wait for
Like it was the moment I was playing Snake, and then I saw, like, it was the fruit I wanted to get was surrounded by Snake, and so then I leaned to the side and I pressed down and then went below it and came back up through it.
Amazing.
And it's honestly I've never experienced anything like it. I was playing it for like 25 minutes and a huge grin on my face the entire time.
It's a cube that you can. It's not just on the surface of the cube.
It's you move
you go
within
in-
a fully 3D space.
How? I don't even understand how you can't see through things.
Exactly, and you know, it's got a little hatch on it to feed the snake in it.
It's just a snake in a pot. You put some apples in.
Just dropping a bit of lettuce.
Yes. His final year electronic engineering project is a tiny box with a tiny snake in it.
Hey, it gets bigger eventually.
Comes out at like E3, like, guys, look what I've made.
This is the most realistic looking video game we've ever seen.
It is the corn snake from the native of the UK. Oh, thanks, Mark.
We derailed that shout out.
Kudos to your mate for whatever he did, mate.
I'm sorry, Dimitar. I tried.
I really want to
tried,
sit. No, that
man.
sounds
No,
incredible.
I wanna, can we get it? Can we get our own snake box?
Yeah, look, we're going to play Snake and we're going to get you a snake. How does that sound?
I'm in the corner like, yay! Playing with like a python. Guys, it's around my neck.
Oh, it's choking me. This is so great.
Oh my god. We're all,
Oh, we're imbeciles.
It's been a long week.
Gaffer, best boy, stop it. Get your head in the game.
Sidewinder does not look happy.
Sidewinder even a thing? That sounds like isn't that a missile?
I don't know, I made it up.
It's a missile launcher in Titanfall.
Well, classic Dylan. Always bring about the
Yeah,
title.
Titanfall.
There's always a
Right,
reference.
Hey guys, did you know this was the video game show?
How is it? It's not Snake in a Box show.
What animal are we obsessed with this week?
This week, we've put a lion in a box.
I know what I'm calling this radio show then. Episode 14, Snake in a Box.
Right, onwards.
Let's do some news, guys, because we just wasted 7 minutes.
I don't think that was a waste. That was some quality hashtag
Good
content.
chat right there.
Quality hashtag content. Mate,
On we
like,
go.
comment and subscribe. Oh god, I don't know what's going on anymore. Oh, okay, news.
Up is down.
Shout out to that bus driver because she loves what she does.
Oh no, what was her name? Susan.
No, I can't remember.
It was like Susan, like Debbie or something. I don't know. Whatever. No, this is not important. God damn it.
You told about it during the song. I want to hear about it.
I want to tell you about.
Suzanne, the bus driver.
I want to tell you about John Carmack and his lawsuit.
Oh, yes.
So remember the other week? There was a couple of weeks ago now. There was that lawsuit between ZeniMax and Oculus.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yes.
like that worked out kind of in ZeniMax's favour in the end because I guess they did get $500 million out of it. But it wasn't.
alright.
It wasn't the $4 billion they wanted, but you know, 500 mil is nothing to be sniffed at.
Maybe they can figure out what to do.
Maybe get a snake in a box.
So John Carmack apparently in some sort of bizarre counter sue is now suing ZeniMax for 22 million
For being...
or 22.5 million, isn't it, Jack?
That's
Yeah, I think it's
basically
22.5
pennies.
Is it
million,
essentially for hurting his feelings type thing?
I think it's like so. Apparently, it's when ZeniMax purchased id. He was one of the founders of id,
Right.
and part of that purchase deal meant that the founders, the three dudes who founded it, all got a cut. And apparently, ZeniMax have just not given him his cut due to an actual legal term used by an actual legal lawyer was sour grapes. So yeah, I
Sour
think
grapes.
it sounds like ZeniMax have taken their toys and gone home, but it turns out their toys are $22 million of someone else's money.
Oh, right. Fair play. I hope he gets them back.
It seems reasonable that if he's owed this money, then sue for it. But would you really want to still be in court? Wasn't that Oculus suit going
Yeah.
on for like 4 years, 3 years?
Yeah, like how, you know...
Yeah, it seems like the timing of it, and it all comes together in a way that just feels a bit... Yeah, it's like, okay, so I have to pay ZeniMax some money, but they got to pay me some money too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to pay them all my money and then they're going to pay a little bit back.
Yeah, it's a bizarre state of affairs. You can see why people would be saying sour grapes, can't you?
Yeah.
But,
It does certainly seem like a case of them.
Grape sounds.
a whole case.
Sour grapes.
Punnet of sour grapes.
A punnet.
I think that's the right term for
That's a fun word.
grapes.
Sour grapes.
I like punnets of strawberries.
Snake in a punnet.
It's got holes that
That
it can
sounds
breathe.
disgusting.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice that you can water it.
filthy.
Much
You
nicer than
don't,
a
you don't water snakes.
They do need
do,
water.
do they? No. What do you mean,
do they?
I meant like water like a plant.
How do you think they get bigger?
Deionized water. Sorry, Mark, on you go.
Oh no, everything's gone to hell. It's because I'm so hungover. I don't know what's going on anymore. Right. There was a PlayStation 4 update that came out. A firmware
Yeah.
update. Have you got
I
it?
have, but I don't know what it did.
Quality journalism right
Well, I'm about to tell you what it did. So maybe now you can go home and really appreciate your PlayStation.
Did it? I don't know what happened.
Someone tells me to sign something, I just sign it.
I just
Everything
do what
went
Sony
black.
tells me.
Everything went black.
I woke up and I was surrounded by updated PlayStation 4s
There was a scar where my kidney used to be.
and unmarked money.
So can you tell me what I have done to my PS4?
You've bricked it, mate. No.
Excuse me.
It adds external hard drive support,
Oh.
which is pretty good,
That's
actually.
fair.
Oh, that is pretty good.
I
That's actually
don't have one, but that's good.
It's
Yeah, but
used,
now you can
like,
get one.
That's good.
Yeah.
Considering the Xbox One and the Wii U have had all that for the last couple of years.
From the get-go.
Yeah, basically.
Xbox One didn't have it from the get-go.
Oh, didn't it?
I don't think so.
Had it quite early
Basically
on,
the beginning, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's good that considering just how big games are and how often people are filling up their hard drives, it's cool that it now has external hard drives.
When you say, does that mean you can plug in an external hard drive and run it off that? Is that what it means?
Yeah, as in like you can go buy a 1 terabyte USB drive and you can run and play games off that.
Right.
And a lot of the time they run faster.
Yeah,
Because
if you get a fast drive, then you actually run games better. At least load them faster.
Very nice.
It also adds it adds boost mode for the PlayStation 4 Pro, which is that that switch you can flick, and then it means that even unpatched games will have like slightly better frame rates and stuff, which is nice. But I don't have a PlayStation 4 Pro, so it's not really relevant.
No, I don't.
No, you don't. No, Dylan, you don't have a PlayStation 4 Pro? Okay.
Good, right.
And it also adds customizable backgrounds and colours.
What? Can you already do that?
No,
No, you can't. That's why it's in the patch.
You're an idiot.
No, I've got Geralt on the back of my...
Yeah, but that's not a colour. That's a Geralt.
It's a... Where?
Geralt's not a colour.
What do you mean? What, so you can have blue now?
Yeah.
And whatever, red. That's their update.
They're
you can now have
two
blue or
colours.
red background. But I can already have Geralt. Why would I want that? Why would I want that?
Maybe like
Already got a really cool one. Why would I change to orange?
Get out of this studio, goddammit.
Do you know what, Geralt? Off you go. I want orange background. Who's gonna do that?
I think it's the theme rather than
also
the
like it's just not the you can't just change it. It's the colours are like the colours of icons and text, and you can add like drop shadows and other stuff. Like they're just making it slightly more customizable.
That's very exciting.
So now your icons can match Geralt,
Oh yeah.
so he doesn't clash anymore.
No, I'll do that. Yeah,
Quite embarrassing,
Yeah, no,
really.
he's got a nasty scheme going on.
You turn on your PS4 and everyone's just kind of, oh, Geralt, what are you doing?
Yeah.
The three primary colours: red, blue, and Geralt.
Yeah.
Oh, this has all gone horribly wrong.
That's
Oh,
fine.
Jack, put on a song.
We need to get ahead in the game.
We'll come back to news. Jack, put on a song. We're listening to music from Zelda today.
Yeah, we are. This first song is from Ocarina of Time, as are many of these songs that we're going to be playing. This is a Forest Temple theme.
Hi there, I'm Arava, a Formula One YouTuber, and you're listening to URN Video Game Show.
And we're back. And that was the Forest Temple music from The Legend of Zelda, The Ocarina of Time. I believe it was composed by Koji Kondo, who
Very
also
nice.
composed Super Mario theme.
Thank you, Koji.
He makes some pretty good music.
Yeah, cheers, Koji.
Yeah, my boy Koji. I can't imagine he likes being called that. That sounds incredibly
Maybe he loves it.
disrespectful.
Maybe he's been waiting for a games journalist to go, my boy Coach.
Coach. And he goes,
Now
yeah.
his life is complete.
Coach, mother fluffer.
You can tell we're playing it fast and loose today on the radio show. This derailed early, and we are not getting near the tracks anytime soon.
March to about Zelda.
Oh no, we've got like a couple of news stories we'll talk about first, because
That's why Henry's doing this. He just wants Zelda.
I want to know about Zelda.
Jason Momoa.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Everyone,
The famous video game.
the famous video game Jason Momoa.
I played that.
It's like Twitch plays Pokemon. It's actually Twitch plays actor.
Like different realms.
also
Jason
known as
Momoa.
the largest and most handsome man around. He's going to
He is
be
quite a
in a
large
movie.
chap. Yeah. With the Fishman.
Yeah,
He's thinking of Aquaman.
Yeah, well,
King
there's
of
a
the
picture of
Aquaman.
action.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, everything's gone horribly wrong, guys. No, he's going to be playing Rico Rodriguez, who is the star of Just Cause in the Just Cause movie.
I thought that's who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So Jason Momoa is going to be in the
right.
Just Cause movie as defying gravity defying Mexican wizard Rico Rodriguez.
I'm really confused about all this because I think it could be great, but at the same time, what are they like? What can you do with the Just Cause movie?
Yeah.
Blow stuff up with a parachute
Yeah, but that's why I think maybe it'll be great.
for an hour and a half.
If they just called it Jason Momoa, the movie, people would still see it.
But that would just be axe throwing and Guinness, whereas the Just Cause movie is Jason Momoa blowing things up.
It's
and
just
drinking.
it's just an hour and a half of Jason Momoa in a parachute just throwing bombs out of a backpack. Have a bomb, and you have a bomb, and you have a bomb.
Oh, look how many
The end
civilians
is
I
him
killed.
landing. And setting off all the bombs. He doesn't set them off until the end. And it's a giant line of explosions behind him. It's glorious. It's really boring until the end.
Nah, because for the previous hour and a half, you get to look at Jason Momoa's face.
Yeah, but it's like a parachuting face, so it's kind of distorted by the air. And weird.
You're distorted and weird.
By the air or just...
Just in general.
Just in general.
No comment.
Also, I think, mate, did Did you actually listen to Wednesday's show and hear all the shade that we threw about you? And now this is your revenge. You derailed the show because we were so mean about you on Wednesday.
A lot of the shade we were throwing on Wednesday was he's not even going to listen to this.
He's not even going to know how mean we are about it. That's right. I love you guys.
I think Tom's just waiting for you to listen because he got a pretty good...
We came up, so we were talking about like how there should be a video game show game.
Oh yeah.
And we were like, okay, so what would the game be of the video game show? The suggestion was it's a game where you play as Henry and have to try and make it to a recording.
It would just be a good game. Really, really
all
hard.
the different things I get up to. Last week I was looking at puppies.
Oh yeah, you totally were looking at puppies. It's like, guys, I'm not going to be on the show because I have to go look at puppies.
That is exactly what I was doing. I was in Merton on Hill, or wherever that is, looking at puppies.
There's a game... I don't know why this reminded me
They're
of
very
it.
nice puppies.
Have you seen this new Japanese phenomenon going on at the moment? The new Flappy Bird, they're calling it.
What's it called? I'm not going to say it.
Annoyingly,
What's it called?
I can't remember what it's called. But...
Top class journalism right here, guys. There's this Japanese thing that's like Flappy Bird.
you'll be able to Google it from what I say, I assume. But it is...
Sidewinder, you need to Google Japanese things.
Just Google Japanese things, see what happens. But it's... You control your character through how loud you are.
Voice activated Flappy Bird.
Yeah. So you have to get across these jumps and across the game by making various
By
pitch noises.
screaming at your phone.
So it's literally just videos of these people playing this game going, ma, ma, ma.
Never do that again.
But it's brilliant to watch, and I really hope it comes here. But
What's it called, Jack? Can we get a name?
I'm still trying to.
So people can find YouTube videos of it? Or is it literally just, if you YouTube voice activated Flappy Bird, the problem will solve itself?
yeah, almost definitely. Sorry also to the listeners who had to experience that noise.
Mate, I jumped like a foot. That was terrible.
But I don't know why the idea of a game involving Henry reminded me of that. Loud noises and jumping.
Yeah, because
I think we should write that. We should write the first episode for that. It'd be like a Telltale's game. How Henry's
Do I go and look at the puppies, or do I go and do the radio
this
show?
week? How
Puppies
Henry's,
will remember this.
how Henry's relationship developed with Mark.
Oh, and it's all done out in a lovely cel-shaded art style. Oh, God. So there was an update for No Man's Sky. Remember No Man's Sky? No, that's a video game.
No Man's Sky, yeah.
Kind of.
2016's best game.
More like No Man's Pie.
Boredom Simulator 2016.
It's the Pathfinder update. It came out yesterday. And it adds... Well, I've got a list here. I've got visual updates, online base sharing, you can own multiple ships, starship specializations. Apparently it adds PlayStation 4 Pro, which doesn't seem to make too much
I
sense.
mean, there's just a pro in it. You just get to fly in a pro.
It's like,
What do you
now
do?
if it's
Like,
Just one in there.
They feel so bad about No Man's Sky that now if you download the update, they send you a PlayStation
you can
4
play a
Pro.
pro. Sorry, guys.
The starship specialization seems pretty good. Does that mean that the starships aren't all the exact same thing, just with a different skin now?
Yeah, I guess.
Which is
And if
nice.
you can own multiple of them, then now you can probably start having like a fleet, I guess.
Makes sense to have more than one. And
New
it's
vehicles?
like super high resolution now as well. That's the visual update, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, they've added.
Really
I
good
think
textures.
that's probably what PlayStation 4 Pro means. It probably means that there's a Pro mode that can now go up to 4K and other stuff. It's they've added like ground vehicles, like cars you can drive around in.
Ooh.
So now
you
you
don't
can
Nifty.
you can now see more of the boring planets faster.
Oh, that's good.
Which is-
well, you need to move on quicker, don't you?
Says base building variety, multi-tool specializations, new weapon modes, permadeath mode, photo mode, discovery menu.
I think they should just put a bullet point that just says fun.
and then actually a line
until the
through
next
it.
update.
With a new
Like,
update.
guys, we tried to get fun into this update,
No,
and
it
we
just
actually
wasn't
couldn't.
working.
we just couldn't.
It's like we can't get it out of beta.
The textures were too complicated.
But it does sound like they're actually adding the things that make this game an actual
Yeah,
game
to be fair,
now,
like fair
Yeah.
play to
rather
them.
than
They
just
have-
like an iPad game.
I stand by that in a year's time with another couple of updates, this
It'll be-
No Man's Sky is going to be really
Yeah.
good fun.
They might as well just call it No Man's Sky, the reboot or something.
Yeah. Just do a full like
Lock and
reprint
load.
of all the discs with all the updates on already, and it's got like No Man's Sky, what it was meant to be.
Sean Murray's Revenge or whatever. This is him, that.
I guess this is the only way to do it now because nobody's going to let them make a sequel unless they put all these updates in.
unless they make
yeah.
good on at least some of the promises they had about the quality of this game.
Yeah, exactly.
Amen.
Is this the follow up to the Foundation update, or was there
Yeah.
one in between?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Pathfinder's the next one, which is the one that came out yesterday.
Because Base
Yes.
building came in the last one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like
Share your bases?
yeah, so now you can
Yes.
share like bases, and I guess now you've got more ships. You can probably build hangars and stuff, which is probably quite.
Can
cool.
you play with other people yet?
No, there's
Can you ask that? Can you actually play with anyone?
Because that's
Yeah.
something they said you could do initially, and still not in the game.
I don't think it is, and I would be well surprised if it ever was.
Yeah.
What else happened? Henry, talk to me about Orisa.
Oh yeah. So basically, Overwatch having teased a character for a while. This little girl called, it's like Annie or something. Anyway, she's from the the Numbani map, which is this African setting. Anyway, she's a little technician, and we all thought that was going to be the new character. And then they just released it out of nowhere and said, new character, Orisa. And we're like, oh, who's that? And basically it's this Minotaur-esque character who is one of this little girl's creation. She's an Omnic turned into a good one. And the Omnic are like the bad guys that they fight in the Overwatch lore.
Is it Symmetra? Is that also an Omnic? There's another robot, isn't there? Or Zenyatta?
Zenyatta's like the support robot.
Yeah.
But basically, Orisa is a tank, but not only just a tank, she's an anchor tank. So, like, basically, in the same way that Reinhardt, when you play Overwatch, everyone plays around Reinhardt. So wherever Reinhardt's standing, basically dictates what you do. And now they've got a new one, alternative called Orisa. What she does is she can fire barriers with her arm. She projectile barriers. They pop out and they've got half the health of Reinhardt, but she can shoot them anywhere. She's also got an alternative attack where she shoots a kind of ball of energy and it sucks people in. So it's like a mini version of Zarya's ultimate. And also, she has an ability where she suddenly she keeps moving. She can't be stopped. I.e., she can't be far as concussive shot can't move her. Lucius.
What about May's Ice Wall?
I don't know actually. I don't know. That's a good point. Lucio's thingy can't move her. And basically, she just keeps going. Basically, doesn't get stopped. Like Roadhog's full hog thing can't move her. And her ultimate is basically it's really cool. She puts down this kind of anchor, and any team member in sight has their damage output raised, like doubled or whatever.
Cool.
So she's a really cool character. She hasn't come out yet on the console, but I've watched playthroughs of her, and she looks awesome. And I'll definitely want to get into her. But basically, she's quite a versatile tank.
That seems awesome.
And looks like she'll probably end up being a very every team will probably have one of them in there. So it looks very cool.
Yeah, it seems like they're each time they add a new character, even if it takes ages and seems like a bit of a joke, like with the hacker.
Yeah. Sombra.
Yeah, Sombra, that's it. It seems like it's always at least a really interesting character that changes the sort of metagame in their own special way.
Definitely.
Really
And that's-
committed to the keeping it balanced as well.
Yeah.
and that's what they're saying. Like, Orisa will definitely shape that up because she can have this kind of crowd control and these barriers, and she's just a very versatile tank. So I'll be interested to see how she plays out. But the only thing people have said is that as an actual character, her personality is lacking a bit. Although I imagine they'll spice that up with skins and voice lines. So we'll see how that turns out.
Did you see also that they put out that, or they confirmed that, what is it, Symmetra, the teleport lady?
Yes.
She is on the autistic spectrum, which was sort of revealed
really?
in a comic, and then an autistic fan sent a letter and got a really, really nice response from the team.
That's a really interesting
sort
thing.
of confirming it and being really nice about it.
Are Blizzard secretly just the coolest people in video games?
It's a really interesting thing to put in, actually, because it's not... Because in these characters, you get to know them. You don't know them, as personal. So it's interesting they put that in. I think that's really cool.
And they've clearly shaped how they've made the character, but it's not a big deal or anything. It's not like they've gone out saying, look at our artistic character, look how great we are.
Yeah, it's
So,
just,
sure. It's just like she is
just
autistic, by the
informs
way.
some of her voice lines. and
Someone
stuff.
just asked to sort of see, and they're
That's
like,
really
oh,
interesting, that. Yeah,
we
fair.
we think it's really integral to her, and we think she's a great character, and they were really, really nice about it, and it's
That's awesome.
That's very
That's
cool.
really
I didn't know
cool.
that. That's
Blizzard
very
are a cool company.
Yeah, they seem all right.
Everything
it
I
turns
see them
out.
doing.
But the one
Well, they're keeping Activision afloat these days, so they're probably doing
That's true. But people thought that the new character would be this character Doomfist.
Yeah, I was reading a lot of stuff.
Because what was it,
Doomfist is definitely coming out next.
Terry Crews is
expressed a lot of
supposedly
interest,
meant to
and-
be voice
so
acting it.
He
isn't
said he really wants to do it, and it's kind of become a full circle thing because he said he wants to do it. All the fans now want him to do it. So actually, Blizzard really should do it because they're sort of hype about it. But we all thought Doomfist was going to come out, and various Easter eggs on the maps had suggested. So like one of the maps, the payload is a jet, and on top of it is like a giant fist like weapon in a can.
A jet-powered fist.
Yes, exactly, jet-powered fist.
Okay.
Don't think too much about it. And they've basically smashed open that jar, and the fist has been taken out.
Yeah.
And so we all thought, Doomfist is coming. and he'd be a tank. He's a big bloke, but they haven't announced him yet. So maybe that's going to come.
It's actually going to be support. He's going to use his big side to hold people.
The way they do all those Easter eggs is really, really cool. Like the way they change the map, really in small ways.
Very clever.
And it's all the sort of, they do those news articles as well, don't they? That you can just find around.
It's very, very clever.
And they changed for when I think Sombra was coming out.
Yeah, it's just a shame that Sombra ARG went on for way too long, and everybody's just seemed by the time Sombra came out, by the time everybody knew it was Sombra, they still then waited a couple of months, didn't they? Everyone was just sick of it.
Yeah, people were just bored of it.
So I'm hoping Arista comes out pretty soon. Well, that said, my dissertation says otherwise, so so maybe later. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll come out soon, and looks very cool tank. So I recommend people go and look her up.
Cool,
very interesting gameplay.
Sick. So another quick few stories, and then we'll do another song, and then I think we should talk about some Zelda because goddamn.
Yes.
But so the Voodoo Vince remaster has got a release date.
I have no idea what Voodoo Vince
I don't know
is.
So
what it is.
Voodoo Vince is an original Xbox game
Right.
that no one played, but Phil Spencer, who is the head of the Microsoft Games division, quite famously a couple of years ago at E3 when they were doing their thing where each time someone came on stage, under their name it said what their favourite game was, and he said his was Voodoo Vince, which is everyone thought was really weird because it's quite an old obscure like 3D platformer, and for some reason now they're doing like a full remaster of it that's coming out in, it's like 1080p 60 coming out on the Xbox One on the 18th of April. So like 3D platformers. It's weird because like with Ukulele coming out soon as well, like that kind of era of late 90s early 2000s 3D platformers
Crash
is coming back.
Bandicoot's coming back, you know.
Yeah, Crash Bandicoot in June, isn't it? The Insane trilogy.
It'd be quite funny if it came out and like it was just a complete flop, and there's Phil was like, I really want it to happen, and they're all like, no Phil, we don't want to release it. He's like, guys, I really like that game, let's do it. And it just turns out like it's a massive flop.
He's just doing it for himself, really,
Yeah,
isn't he?
exactly.
He doesn't care.
He's
if
there
it's
just
a flop.
like bouncing his chair, like, come on guys, Voodoo Vince.
So the first closed beta of Quake Champions has started.
Yeah.
And there's been some more information about some of the new champions that have come out, and there's been some talking as well about how it's going to be free to play, but there's also a paid version of it.
Yeah.
So I don't quite know exactly how that's going to work, but I'm guessing it's going to be something like the Killer Instinct thing we were talking about, because they were saying you could buy champions, but that there's a balance issue there, which makes me think they might do.
I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, they might do the KI thing, which is you get it for free, and then it gives you access to like 2 of 15 champions, and they rotate those out. And then if you pay, then you get access to all of them. Because like in Killer Instinct, if you buy it, you get access to all the dudes. But if you get the free one, it's like 2 fighters, and it swaps them, doesn't it?
Yeah,
that's an interesting one.
So that they might do something like that. But yeah, I mean that's cool. That game's going to come out at some point, which should be interesting. Sure. And it's going to be free too, which is going to be cool, I guess.
But if they have loads of, it's weird because it's a shooting game, right? Well, yeah. So it's weird to have lots of champions for a shooting game like that. Like, you can understand it for Killer Instinct, and you can understand it for sort of Dota and that sort of thing. But for a
the champions have their own abilities.
Yeah, but how many can you have for a shooting game? It
well,
seems
like I mean, how many characters are in Overwatch?
Yeah,
they're all completely different. They all play completely
we
differently.
are just talking about
Yeah, so like, there's a way to do it.
Like a first-person Dota, isn't it? Kind of, nearly.
Yeah. You could make an argument.
There is
like that,
definitely a way to do it now.
Yeah, if they can find a way to differentiate the characters in ways that are actually interesting and worthwhile, and then they make good by the free-to-play thing and don't make it actually it's free to play, but you have to pay to win.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Then that'd be cool. Or even if they do the Dota thing where you get all the champions, but there's loads and loads of cosmetics and other stuff, and it's
I think it's the best way to
you
do
can
it.
make your skelly man wear a hat if you want.
Works pretty well for Dota, so
Yeah, it works pretty well for Dota, man.
seems like a good business plan to follow.
Yeah, fair. My flatmate's a huge Dota fan, and he like loves all that kind of hats and stuff. And
Yeah.
so that's
Mate,
good.
hats are the future of gaming.
Yeah.
Then someone's making a Reservoir Dogs video game.
Yeah, that seems strange.
What's that?
Someone's making a Reservoir Dogs video game.
Yeah, man. That's
Wow.
Yeah.
So I played the Reservoir Dogs game that came out on the PS2 like 10 years ago,
Right.
Yeah.
and that was decidedly average. Like it's like the most average third-person
I am
shooter.
shocked.
Yeah, who'd have thought, eh? But then, someone's making it's not related to the movies, but like it uses those characters.
I was going to say, do you think it would follow closely to what the movie is, or do you think it's
No.
going to be more like a sort of open world,
what
sort
it-
of just gangster game?
What it sounds like is it's top-down, twin-stick shooter,
Oh my god.
and it uses a system. So like it's you play as I think its only real relationship to the films is that you do heists in it, and you play as like Mr. Pink and Mr. Blonde, and so you play as those characters. But it's let's say like 3 of you want to go and do a heist. So you start off playing as one character, and you run in and you shoot some guys, and then that's fine. Then you hit spacebar, and then you play as the next character, at like the same time. So then like the one you were just playing as runs the path you just made it run, and you do the other one, and then so you end up doing like the same thing a few different times with different characters to make them all go out and do their thing, and then you do the heist. It seems weird, but like I guess if you're going to use that license, do something kind of weird and time funny with it, because that's Reservoir Dogs is all about weird like non-linear storytelling and stuff.
Does it like the first guy you use? Surely, if there's enemies in it, at least if you die with him, but then the next character you use, you kill the person who killed the first guy. What happens?
Yeah, and then the first guy doesn't die.
But then what does he do after that?
He just stands there till you're done doing your turns, and then you do more turns.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I see that. I wonder if Tarantino had any kind of input into that.
Definitely
Probably not.
As in who owns that brand?
It'll be the studio.
It must just be the studio, I guess.
It's really surprising that kind of.
Yeah, it's really bizarre, but like, someone's making a Reservoir Dogs game.
Sounds like quite an interesting game though. Hotline Miami with extra things.
Yeah, it's like Hotline Miami. Did you
ever
play Super Time Force?
I know what you mean, but no, I didn't.
Yeah, Super Time Force has a similar kind of gimmick as a side-scrolling thing. But yeah, that's all the news I've got. Jack, should we listen to a song and then we can talk about Zelda, because I want to talk about Zelda.
Yeah,
God.
I want to talk about Zelda.
Yeah, we've got another song coming up here from Zelda. This one's slightly shorter. This one is the Gerudo Valley song from Ocarina of Time.
And we're back. That was Gerudo Valley from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, or Ocarina of Time, perhaps.
Ocarina, isn't it?
Ocarina? Ocarina?
I think it's Ocarina.
Sounds kind of Swedish. Ocarina.
Maybe I'm saying it wrong.
The Zelda game is coming out.
No, it's on the side.
It's more Swedish, chef.
Well, then can you Zelda?
So,
Go for it, Mark. Tell us about your game.
I'm a Zelda expert. Ask me anything about Zelda.
The horse is
How
Mark.
old is she?
The horse is Mark.
How old is Zelda?
Yeah.
How old do you want her to be? She's at least 100 years old.
Okay.
At least.
That's right. That works. That works for me.
Yep.
I'm happy with that.
Cool. So that was Zelda, guys.
How many horses exist?
How many horses exist?
Can you explain the horse situation?
They're great.
So Epona, is she here? What's going on?
I think so. If you have the Link amiibo,
Yeah.
then you can get Epona.
Because they've got those NFC things.
Otherwise, Epona is not in the game,
Oh, okay.
and you just catch your own horses.
So that is more realistic.
What, catching your own horses?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to be. Yeah. So the way it works is there are wild horses in the world, and different horses have different stats. They've got strength, speed, stamina.
really?
Yeah, and they've got different temperaments as well. So horses with worse stats tend to have a gentler temperament, so they're actually easier to catch. Turns out. So, but yeah. So basically, the way it works is you have to sneak up on the horses, and then you mount, and then you soothe.
Sounds like on a Friday night. Hey, no, I'm joking.
It's A to mount and then L to soothe.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's
Some pro tips.
much like everything else in that game. It's so well, like the horse stuff is so well made that I ended up spending like an hour just trying to catch horses. Like I spent like an hour getting a bunch of stealth gear and a bunch of recipes that boosted my stealth and my stamina, so I had enough stamina to tame better horses, and then just like sneaking through the tall grass dressed like a ninja to like and leaping out of trees onto horses to try and catch them. It was
So
it's really good.
One question I have about that is, so obviously it's only one game and you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
What kind of direction is there, if any?
There is like a lot of direction. If you want to do a story and you want to mainline it, like early on you come out of like the starting area, and there's this dude who's like, hey, come over here, and you go speak to him, and he says, I think you should go investigate this thing over there, and there's like a dot comes up on your minimap, and you go there and it activates some stuff, and then he's like, okay, go and get these treasures from these places, and I'll let you get down from the Great Plateau. And then literally the game says, okay, go to this village. And then when you go there, they're like, okay, you want to go to these 4 places and deal with these. And if you go to there, and if you want, you can go into your quest log, because there's a quest log in this, which is nuts. And you can have those things highlighted on your map, and you can follow, like, you can make it as linear as you want. And it does give you quests and dots on your map and other stuff to do. And it will give you directions and say, okay, you need to go to this temple and do this, and this temple and do that. But it actively encourages you to like walk in the other direction and go see what's somewhere else.
You can just go straight to Ganon in like the first half an hour of that game if you wanted to. If you wanted to just complete the start of it and then just go to the
like once you get like so, the Great Plateau is like I think it's like I'm going to say it took me like maybe 4.5 hours to get off it, and that's like the starting area,
right?
And that is where you get a lot of your basic abilities, and you get first sets of like gear and other bits. Okay. And then you get the thing you need to get off the Great Plateau, and then they're like, okay, you want to go here to speak to this woman because she'll hook you up with the next part of the quest. But you can see like Hyrule Castle from where you are, and you can see like Ganon flying around it.
So
like
you just walk there.
Yeah, you can just go there, and like you're not gonna have the best gear or very many hearts or be able to really handle the fight. But you could just go there. Like someone has done it. Someone has just gone there and started fighting him. Like they haven't yet been able to beat him because I imagine it's a pretty vicious boss fight with the most basic gear you've got.
God, that's crazy.
But
you
can
just
go there.
Do you think you could beat them if you?
I think
Yeah,
someone will find a way of doing it.
People do like no weapon naked runs of Dark Souls with like a keyboard. So
Yeah.
like
It's crazy that Nintendo have been so mature to give us that.
yeah,
You can
it's
do that. You know, there's so
it's
much
really
confidence
crazy.
in there.
It kind of throws a wrench in the speedrun works. It's just like, yeah, just finish it straight away.
Yeah, just go do it.
It's like,
See how quickly you can beat the big boss with nothing.
Yeah, it's like I think the only part of the speedrun that's even going to be interesting is people figuring out how to get off the Great Plateau without doing the stuff that you have to do there to get the bit of gear.
Yeah.
Like that's just going to be the next bit. It's like people can work out how to do that.
Glitching that you can do to somehow just immediately get the hang glider and then just get off the ASAP.
But it's awesome. It's so cool. It gives you direction, but it encourages so obviously there are shrines everywhere, and the rewards you get for the shrines help you get more hearts or more stamina. So it's useful to do those shrines, and they're hidden all over the place. So it actively encourages you to find viewpoints and look around and mark them on your map and go and try and do these puzzles and other stuff. But it's just this weird thing of like, they say, you remember when Skyrim was coming out and they say, oh, it's this huge open world, you see that mountain, you can just go there. And it's going, well, okay, I can, but why?
Right.
This is, you see that mountain, you can go there, and then you go there and there's always something there.
Right.
Like, there is so much stuff in this world, even if it's just like a really simple puzzle where it's just like there's a couple of statues and 3 of them are holding apples and 1 isn't. So it's like, okay, I'm going to go get an apple, put an apple in the hands of the 4th statue, and then you just get an extra little thing, like a chest appears and you get some stuff. But it's because it's so weirdly gear focused, because you're always having to change weapons because your weapons and shields and other stuff is always breaking so often.
I forgot about that, yeah.
You always want to be getting stuff. And so the fact that it fills the world with little things to do just then, like weird stuff. Like I was wandering around and saw a circle of rocks, but there was 1 rock was missing from the circle. So I went and found a rock and brought it over there and put it down, and I got some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's crazy. There is a level of depth to it that it doesn't necessarily, because it seems so simple, because it is incredibly well polished, the level of depth to it isn't immediately apparent, and then you start playing with the systems, and I think I've described it on Wednesdays, like it actively dares you to do whatever you want, and then when you do it, it lets you do it. Like it actually says, it gives you challenges where you try the most insane off the wall things, and then it just rewards you for doing it. Like you saw that gif of the dude making the seesaw, and stuff like that. Like you don't even need to do that, but you can, and it's really awesome.
Is it a bit like The Witcher in the sense of the free roam and the detail?
Yeah, I'd say it's less side quest focused in The Witcher. Right. Like, because a lot of the time in The Witcher, you go somewhere and then you find some content that is given to you. Like you go and explore the Witcher world, and you either find just like a chest with some stuff in it that you end up selling, or you find a person and then you get an interesting quest. And this is just a lot more, you just find stuff, but the stuff is not just a chest. You actually have to do something to do it, and there's so many different unique and weird little challenges. But it's not, there are side quests, and like I have found side quests and I have done side quests, even if,
quote unquote side quests. They're just like things to do.
Yeah, it's like I got one side quest was I was walking around this village and I spoke to this little girl who was standing by a cook pot, and she said, oh, I'm trying to make this recipe, but I don't have these ingredients. And then it popped up saying side quest whatever's recipe, and then if you go and get those ingredients and bring it to her, she cooks it and then gives you some really useful food that happens to give you loads of hearts back or something like that. So like it has things that are explicitly side quests, but it's not the Witcher style of this is actually like a mini story. It's more just tasks.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, that sounds quite a nice, relaxed. Because in The Witcher, that kind of stressed me out all the time. Although I love this side quest, it stressed me out that I had a massive quest log, and I was like, Christ, I've got a lot to do. Whereas this sounds quite kind of.
This is very much.
Of it, really.
Yeah, 100%. Like I can totally see why there are some people who are saying this game is bad and there's not much to do in it, because if you are not prepared to push and prod at the systems and look in every nook and cranny and start to think the way the game wants you to think, it could probably seem quite like void of content. But if you're prepared to actually go to the top of a mountain and look around and start and go, oh well, there's a shrine there, but then there's a weird circle of rocks there, and there's a treasure chest under the water over there, and all this other stuff, and you have to, if you let the game sort of convey the stuff in it to you and you embrace that, there is so much there. It's insane. I've played like 16 hours and I've barely scratched the surface.
Oh really?
Yeah, I've like barely scratched the surface.
I like all of the physics aspects that they're introducing as well. Like the other day, we discovered that if you were to set fire to like vines or something, or to just grass around you, and then you pull out your glider and run over the top of it, the updraft from the
that is
fire.
cool. I like that. That's
So
pretty
yeah,
cool.
like it was. I was on this island with a shrine, and so swimming, like the stamina meter in this game can be like kind of a pain because everything uses up stamina like all the time. And so I was on this island, and I wanted to get off this island, and so either it was a bit too far to swim because I would have run out of stamina, and I couldn't fast travel to the shore because my like fast travel points nearby were really far away. I just wanted to get to the shore. And so it's like, okay, you've got two choices, or we've got like really one choice, which is to use one of the tools the game gives you that lets you make pillars of ice, to make pillars of ice and just do like jumping and just like basically daisy chain them together. But that'd take ages. But then the shrine I was at on this island was surrounded by these vines, so I got out a fire arrow and I shot the vines, and they all burst into flames. The flames started spreading through them, and it made this huge like burning fire. So I could then climb on top of the shrine, leapt off the shrine, took out my paraglider. The updraft from the flames gave me enough of a boost that I could then glide over the water and land on the shore.
Very cool.
And it's like the game, there's no reason you would ever have to interact with any of those systems in that way.
That's
But the fact that it allowed me to solve that problem like that is nuts.
That's very cool. I like that. Does it annoy you that your weapons keep breaking? Because one of the things that RPGs, you always feel chuffed that you've got this massive weapon or whatever, but like, does it annoy you that it breaks?
Because you took that out of
Sometimes.
Witcher, didn't you? You modded it out of
I
your
really
Witcher
didn't like it in The Witcher
Oh, you didn't
at
like
all.
the fact that you had to repair it?
Like the first thing I did in The Witcher was modded out weapon degradation in Witcher 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I didn't like that.
I did quite
at
like
all.
it, actually. I thought it was kind of whatever.
Yeah, I think but that's the thing, because in The Witcher 3, like you have to keep sharpening weapons and repairing them and keep it going, and if it breaks then you have to go and find another one, but there isn't the amount of weapons there are in The Witcher 3, like good weapons, as there are in like Zelda. Like in The Witcher, if you've got your wicked Witcher like mastercrafted sword you've got and you break it,
Can
then
you
you
actually
have
break swords?
in The Witcher.
You can actually break it,
Yeah, I think you get it down to like 0%.
and then it breaks.
Yeah, I think you at least have to then like go and repair it at like a shop or something.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah,
You
I
can-
was used to that, yeah.
Yeah, you can make them like completely useless. But the problem with that is it's not like every half an hour, every 20 minutes, you're finding a grip of new really good swords.
Yeah.
Whereas
true.
in Zelda, stuff is breaking, but you're always picking up new gear and equivalent gear, and there's always like new like. I've been playing for 16 hours and I'm still finding weapons weapon types I've never seen before. Like we found when I was playing near Jack, and that boomerang Jack.
Yeah.
There's like so boomerangs are back in this game, but they're like just curved swords, and you can use them just like a sword to go and hit people, but then also you can throw them and they come back, but you have to catch them when they come back. So if you don't press the A button at the right time,
Yeah, I think that's
You drop it.
it goes
a
past
really
you.
good mechanic.
Like it just swings right past you, and then you're not holding anything, and then you have to get out another sword
That
to
is
fight
clever.
people.
I really like that mechanic of, it's a real life boomerang. If you don't catch it, then you're not gonna have it.
Yeah, it's
I like that.
yeah. Like I think
Quirky stuff like that, which makes this Zelda just unique from any other Zelda ever, really. And I think it's like that's the reason why it's been given a lot of 5 out of 5s, 10 out of 10s from a lot of game review sites, and
it's really awesome.
Yeah.
And like I think there are some issues with the control scheme. Like I think there's some button layout stuff that is poor choice on their part, which we were talking about. Like I spoke about this on Wednesday as well, about like where jump and run is, and the way you have to kind of like rock your thumb across the controller to do it, and you have to claw the entire controller to hit them both to do like running jumps and stuff, which is not great. And there's like some frame rate stuff, but that's poor for the Wii U version and the Switch version.
Does it run well on the Wii U? Like
relatively,
the graphics are good. Like
I mean, it runs fine. Like there are moments where there are certain scenes you can get to where the frame rate does drop, and that is a bit sucky. But also there are parts where it runs great in the Wii U and it doesn't run well on the Switch, and vice versa. So like it's not a blanket rule.
You're not missing out hugely.
I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
It sucks that they haven't got good second screen support.
Yeah, that sucks.
But then also, I was playing this morning in bed, and so I didn't have the TV on, and I was just playing it on the gamepad. And obviously, the gamepad is a much lower resolution screen, but it's rendering just to that, and it does run better as well. So, like much like how the Switch version runs better when you've got it in just like tablet mode, this will run slightly better if you're just playing it on the gamepad. But yeah, it's awesome. It's so good. Like there are a few things about it which kind of annoy me, but they are so minor in comparison to the sense of like freedom and scale and scope that is in it. And it's just like that you do things in that. Like, it dares you to do whatever you want, and then you do it, and it goes, yeah, you can totally do that. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts.
Yeah, it looks awesome. And like I saw someone on Metacritic, and a reviewer said, one of the critics said that this might be one of the only essential games, one of the few essential games you'll ever come across, where you actually must play it if you like games.
Yeah, it's
very interesting. It's thing.
Really bananas. Like the way you just get into it, and it just lets you do anything. And even like today, I decided when I was playing it, instead of continuing on with like the main bit of quest that I was doing, I'd just fast travel to the closest I could get to the other side of the map and just start walking into uncharted territory. I didn't have any map for it. I didn't know what it looked like. I was just going to start wandering a direction. I found some enemies that were really hard, and I found some shrines to get some stuff. And yeah, there's the world in it is so full of stuff to do, and it's really awesome, and it's funny as well. Like this, I was not expecting the sense of humour in it. Again, we said some of this stuff on Wednesday, but now that Link is Link, and he is a character, he's not voiced, but there are moments where you can choose dialogue for him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you can make him really sassy in like a really funny way.
You can make him flex for the camera.
Yeah, like if you idle without a shirt on, he'll just start flexing.
Because Link's always been very voiceless. You know?
Yeah, and like never saying anything, never doing anything. And in this, there are moments like I told this story the other day, but it's so good. You get this first, like this dude says, okay, look, I'll give you the paraglider to get off Great Plateau if you go and get this bit of treasure. I was like, okay, cool. So you go and get the treasure and you come out, and then he's like, so actually, there are 3 other bits of treasure I want you to get before I give you the paraglider. And so you get a choice of saying either, 3 other bits of treasure, or paraglider now. And so you pick paraglider now, and he's like, whoa there, let's talk about this other treasure. And he tells you about the treasure, and then you get another choice that's either like, okay, cool, I'll get the treasure, or paraglider now. And so you pick it again, and he's like, you're a bit impatient, aren't you? And so like, there's just these weird moments where the game just lets you be like sassy, which is kind of funny. And like I was showing Jack, I had this conversation with this builder, and like you walk up to him, and he's just smashing a hammer at this wall, and you say, okay, what are you doing? He's like, smashing this house. And then your only choice is why. And he's like, no one lives there. He's like, why? He went away. Like, why? And you can just keep saying it. And it's like, I think like the conversation tree is like, why, yeah, oh, why, yeah. And then like the last yeah you say, the dude just goes, yeah. And then you both just sort of go, yeah, and then just walk away. It's so weird.
Brilliant.
Like there's a sense of humour and lightness and freedom, and like it understands that because it gives you so much choice and so much freedom, that now you can just be silly and have fun with it. And it's awesome. Yeah, like you're right, it is an essential game. Like I think if you have the ability to play it, you should play it. If you own a Wii U or a Switch,
which I luckily do.
Which is why I think the Christmas period for Nintendo is going to be absolutely insane. Because if Mario comes out when they're saying it's going to come out, which is what, fall 2017.
Honestly, yeah.
When they get their new batches of Switches being shipped over to the UK and the US and everywhere, then you know people are going to want to buy the Switch, buy Zelda, and buy Mario, which is going to be those two, to have those two games on the Switch within the first 6 months or
good,
first year rather of them releasing it
is insane.
Maybe the Switch will actually work then as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, we haven't spoken about that much today, but there's obviously there are some issues with the Switch, but also maybe there aren't some issues.
Again, like,
I think like if you own a Switch and you don't have the Legend of Zelda. What the hell is wrong with you?
What are you playing?
What did you buy?
Yeah, are you playing what that
He's playing 1-2 Switch.
Bomberman game, I guess?
Or 1-2 Switch.
Or
Just
Snippy Snappy Friends, like they're called.
Oh, Snipper Clips.
There we go.
Let's cut together or something, isn't it? But like not cut, like cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you own a Wii U, you owe it to yourself to finally go and get a Zelda game for it that isn't the HD Wind Waker remaster.
Yeah.
I haven't played Wind Waker either. That's another game I get to play, so...
Oh, mate.
Some cracking Zelda.
You've got a Wii U, right? Yeah, you should play that HD remaster of it.
As well.
Yeah, I played Wind Waker on the GameCube, and it's an incredible video game.
Right.
And apparently the HD remaster, not only is it full HD, all the textures have been redone, but the back quarter of Wind Waker has some really crappy fetch quest stuff in it that's really boring, and the HD version changes all that to make it way less dull.
Oh, sick.
So like it is the definitive version of that game. So you haven't played Wind Waker either.
So much Zelda goodness to come.
Yeah, but Breath of the Wild, like, get it. Even if you just have to go and sit near somebody and watch them play it, like, holy crap, it's so good. It's whatever problems it has pale in significance to the sense of just whoa when you play it. I think that was probably a radio show, guys. It's 3 to 5. 3 to 5? 3 to 3. Oh, I'm so... Oh, mate, I've got no idea what's going on.
We've had a good chat about Zelda.
Yeah,
we built up the hype in March, and now everything that we built up hype for in March has happened.
It is our most anticipated game.
Yeah,
literally.
Definitely. But yeah, we're going to leave you with one last song now from the Zelda game. Obviously, Wind Waker, this one is from. This is the Dragon Roost Island music. I'd like to just say a big thanks to Mark for presenting the show today, and of course Henry and Dylan for coming in to the studio.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Thanks,
Here
Peace out, guys. Happy
the
gaming.
Dragon Roost Island theme music.